Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Here we go this week. We've got a fun-filled week. We've got actually a sore subject to talk about because it's not going to be fun. Nobody likes talking about insurance. Nobody likes talking about taxes. Nobody likes talking about license renewals. But we're going to try to tackle it. I'm going to try to behave myself this week. John, good
Are we?
morning.
Hey, how we doing today?
You're way more well-behaved about everything than I am. But I know this is
Yeah.
kind of like a sore subject with you too.
Yeah. I don't even know where to begin with all that. But let's do some positive stuff first before we get into that. We have a very large sold out event coming up in little under 2 weeks, don't we, sir?
It's going to sell out at the pace that it's going. There's about 15 spots left, 10, 15 spots left, something like that. So it's go at the pace, like I said, at the pace that it's going, it is going to sell out.
Right.
And that's absolutely amazing. So March 10 in Downers Grove, htbbeauty.com. Register now before it's too late. We do have a second date set up, May 19th. That one is already starting to pre-sell too. So this is the renewal year. Get it while you can. Get it to take the opportunity while you can.
I totally agree. I totally agree 100%, and I'm very excited about that. On the other side of things too, I don't know if I should bring it up or not. You'll probably yell at me later, but that's okay. I give you 100% kudos on that public service announcement you did last week.
You know, there's a lot of people posting. There's a lot. I'm just putting it in chat here for the link if anybody's interested in registering. You know,
Right.
there's a lot of chatter about that. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of comments. There's a lot of concerns about it. But it is what it is. A class action lawsuit. Okay, so the short and long of it is, for those of you that may not know, there was this MSNBC report, 6 o'clock news report that came out that said, oh my God, color causes cancer. We're all going to die. In essence, I'm just overly exaggerating, but it's in my opinion, a stupid news article because every few years, some news article runs the report and says color is going to cause cancer,
Right.
Unfortunately, there was somebody who got sick and over their 40-year career, every single color line that person ever touched is named in the class action lawsuit. So nobody knows specifically what it is or what's going on. They're just naming everybody. They're just going after everybody. So it's I did a whole reaction video to it in our private group. If that's something you're interested in and you're in our private group on Facebook, go check it out and you see the more details about it. But in essence, there really isn't much going on. I don't see how that is going to go anywhere because majority of the color lines that he mentioned are very professional.
Okay.
And they don't use that low-end ingredients. So
right.
It's
right. But if you guys
more
get
than
a
anything, pay attention to your body, man. If you don't feel good, go get checked out. If you have to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. If you've been having like a pot of coffee all day, maybe you got to have a cup of water to balance it out. If you had a cracker in the morning, maybe you need to have a meal. It's rough because we are going from client to client to client. We don't take any breaks. We don't go to the bathroom. We don't eat properly. We don't give ourselves lunch. We go on no sleep. We come in on days off. We come in extra early. We stay extra late. You put in 10, 12, 14-hour day. I mean, it's going to catch up on you, man. If you don't do anything to balance it out, it's going to catch up on you. So if anything, use this as a PSA to take care of yourself. This should be a hand-raising moment to like a red flag moment to say, like, I need to take care of myself. You get one body. You get one go at this. There is no continue or replay. You get one go at life. You got to do it nicely.
I agree 100% with you and with everything you said and are saying. I think that as professionals, we forget that the most important person in this whole equation is ourselves. I think we don't take care of ourselves. I think that we push a lot of things to the back burner, and we don't do a lot of self monitoring as far as what's going on physically with me until there are major problems. And so I think that's what this whole thing really says to me. I mean, we live in a world that is lawsuit crazy, and it's lawsuit this, lawsuit that, lawsuit this, lawsuit that, and those are going to come and go. But as far as professionals, we provide a very important service for a lot of people, and we got to be there to do it. Take care of yourselves. And I just want to add one more thing to your list of things about taking care of ourselves. Here's the deal, guys. If you don't feel good, stay home and take care of yourself. There's no need to push through anything. And I'm going to be done with that.
So then, am I smarter than a fifth grader?
Are you smarter than a fifth grader?
Probably not. I don't know. Okay. It depends. Some of the lesson plans nowadays make no sense to me whatsoever. I don't know how anybody learns anything. On the other hand, I see some kids, and man, the amount of stuff that they know. Holy cow!
Please, most third graders are infinitely smarter than I am.
Okay.
So I mixed it up a little bit for you this week. We've got a little fun. We got a little technical. So we'll start out with, which natural hair color has the greatest number of strands of hair overall? A, blondes, B, brunettes, or C, redheads?
Okay, for a second there, I was really confused with the way the question was worded. Going to go with brunettes. Anybody with darker hair is probably going to have more hair. Really? Is it redheads have more hair?
It's blondes.
Wait, what? Blondes? I don't understand the question at all, man.
Okay. Blondes, which natural hair color has the greatest number of strands of hair overall?
Which natural color?
Yes.
Okay, I did not understand the question at all, man.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So then, that makes sense. Blondes, because they have a thinner Because they have a thinner cuticle, they need to have more strands to make them look like they got a full head.
Exactly.
Okay. Now I understand the question. Now it makes sense.
Okay. So yeah, blondes actually will have more strands overall. Now, is it thick? Is it coarse? Now, I do have some clients that are like that, but most of my blondes, it's finer hair, so they need more of it, right?
Okay. Now it makes sense.
Okay. All right. Here's a technical question for you.
Oh, that wasn't a technical question. That was the easy question.
No. What is canides? Is it A, balding
cereal?
Hair? Huh?
Cereal?
No. What is the scientific term canides? CANITES. A, balding, B, graying, or C, inflammation?
All of the above.
No, sir.
It doesn't sound good either way.
It's the technical term for graying of hair.
Okay. I'm just going to drink my tea.
How do you feel about that?
I got nothing. I don't know how that helps with daily beauty quiz, day-to-day operations, but okay. Good to know.
It's
and next time we're in a medical conference, I will
that's a state board question, my friend.
And you know what? This is a fun podcast. I don't give two crap anything about state board. State board has no business being in any of this whatsoever.
Well, I asked, I threw that question in because a little can I do a little shameless product plug right now?
Yeah, go for it.
I used the Xenogen gray shampoo yesterday on a client.
Oh, the Eclipse, yeah.
The Eclipse. I used
Okay,
the
yeah.
Eclipse on a client as because she has her gray covers, but I mean, I literally she's 45 minutes and it is still a little translucent. So I remember from us talking with Chad at Xenogen, and I went, wait a minute, I've got an idea. And so I used the Eclipse shampoo on her when I prepped her for her color, and it covered beautifully,
Mm.
beautifully. So, but that's a subject for another day. As the Eclipse graying shampoo by Xenogen, but check it out. It's dope. So anyway, so in April of 2000, this city was ranked with the highest percentage of dandruff.
Okay.
You ready? A, New York City. B, Missoula, Montana. C, Winnipeg, Canada. Or D, Gary, Indiana.
Gary, Indiana.
In April of 2000, this city was ranked with the highest percentage of dandruff. Would be C, Winnipeg, Canada. On a global scale, they are the most dandruff city.
I don't think you should be in charge of the quiz questions no more.
I'm sorry, guys.
I don't even. You're just trolling at this point. You're just doing this on purpose at this point.
I've got to troll you every now and then. I seem to remember a couple episodes ago someone trying to take the whole broadcast and turn it sideways.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know anything what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, Winnipeg, Canada. All right, well, I don't know. They need some dry shampoo up there, or they need any kind of shampoo. Send some shampoo up that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, here's your last one. You ready?
No.
What? See, this is what happens after I'm sick. I get a little squirrely. So, what do most shampoo bottles instruct you to do for the best performance? A, lather, rinse, repeat. B, use a lot. C, leave in style.
Yeah, leave in style.
That's your answer?
I don't care.
It's on every shampoo bottle. Lather, rinse, repeat.
Leave in style. Put your shampoo in your hair. It's just style. Just start blow drying with shampoo in your hair.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It's on every shampoo bottle. You got nothing to say? You got nothing to say about that either, do you?
No. I don't.
So
if this is what we've come down to, where okay, you know what? Maybe this is the problem. Maybe everybody needs a reading lesson because nobody knows how to use shampoo. That's why everybody has dandruff. And that's why everybody's running around with kinetics, eugenics, or what the hell your word is.
Gray hair. But
I can't. I can't.
We got a new toaster. Aaron bought a new toaster just along those lines. And there is a label on the cord that says, do not take a bath with toaster.
I mean, that is the quintessential movie trope, is the toaster in the tub. I've seen Hancock movies. I've seen Columbo episodes. All right. That is the quintessential. Murder, She Wrote had that in there. Like back in the day, man, that was anytime you'd see a bathtub scene and then all of a sudden people eating. I don't know what the correlation between eating toast in a bathtub. I've heard candles. I've heard reading books. I've heard bath bomb, sexy time. I've heard things happen in the bathtub, but I've never understood why somebody would get a breakfast in bed tray that goes across the bathtub, and you plop a toaster down, and you're eating freaking bread while you're soaking like a tea bag in the bathtub. Like, is there butter? Do you do jam and jelly? Like, well, what is going on? All right, comment section. I need to know, what is it about eating toast in the bathtub? Because other than a murder scene plot in a show or a movie, I don't understand what the purpose, what the realistic purpose of it is.
I took this thing out of the box and I look at this label and I just started giggling like a maniac. So,
have you ever electrocuted yourself?
Not intentionally, no.
No, but I'm saying, like, have you ever gotten fried? Have you ever electrocuted yourself?
I was hanging a ceiling fan last summer, and because I'm a knucklehead and I tend to skip steps, and I should have killed the circuit breaker, I didn't. And it was great. I was about 7 feet up in the air, and I had house current running through me. It was fantastic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not, I don't know, man. That's not a good way to go.
No.
There's nothing fun or kinky about that, man. That's weird.
Is not the thing. So, shall we get into it?
All right, man.
How do you want to preface this?
I don't know. Look, it's the renewal year. We've seen the greatest rise in individual license renewership, which means a lot of individual stylists are taking it on themselves to seek out getting, continuing education hours, not doing it as groups, whereas a salon owner is bringing in education for the whole team. Like, yes, that is happening, but we are seeing a lot of individual stylists looking to do it amongst themselves for themselves. We have to call it out for what it is. The individual ownership and proprietorship of stylists is on the rise. Year over year, it's on the rise. That doesn't mean big salons have gone away. That doesn't mean big salons is not the option anymore. Quite the contrary. I feel like big salons are more important than ever.
I agree.
But is a segment of the population out there that wants to go solo, and for whatever their needs and reasons are, they are going solo.
Right.
I think sole ownership, like, anybody that wants to be an entrepreneur or wants to go out and do something themselves, I'm all for it. Go for it, right? But there is a way to do it. And unfortunately, too many people are not familiar with how to go about doing it. And we're finding that they're getting themselves in trouble. We're getting a lot of calls for questions. We're getting a lot of calls for people asking for advice, asking for help. And they're getting themselves in trouble. And they're just not realizing that there is an order to things. And I know in particular, you brought this to my attention. Like, I shouldn't say I don't care, because I'm obviously helping people when they call. But this definitely hits home to you more than it does to me. Like, this bothers you way more than it bothers me.
How do I say this? I don't want to offend anybody, and there's no offense meant by this.
No, this is really to call out the elephant in the room, to bring attention to something that's being very much overlooked. I don't think it's intentional either. I don't think this problem is intentional. I just think people. I don't think everybody should be a business owner in this world. I think business ownership is a certain mentality, and the need and want and the talent to manage people is that it's a talent. I think a lot of people are good at what they do, but I don't think they're good enough to run business, and I think this, so we're just doing this to bring it to your attention. This isn't,
Yeah, this is no way.
A hit piece at anybody.
100%. Thank you. Here's the deal. We are on the average, all of us, very talented people. We built books. We have followings. We have people that ride or die with us. Okay, that is fantastic, and that you've built a book on no matter what level you're at, from giant salon all the way down to independent suite renter. First off, there's plenty of clients to go around. I'm tired of that whole argument. I'm not going to do that with you. But if you go from a big salon atmosphere where basically you get to walk in, take care of your clients, maybe there's a little bit of paperwork, housekeeping you've got to do, and then you get to leave, all the way to being a salon, a suite renter, where you have to do everything from ordering to cleaning to booking appointments to your taxes, your daily books. That is a exercise in I can't, the word just totally escaped me. You have to be about as organized as they come with that, because as we well know, state taxes, federal taxes have to be paid. Then you've got to keep track of your licensure, and not only your personal Cosmo license, but then there's your business license. Then there's what kind of company you formed. Did you form an LLC? Did you form an S corp? There's all of that falls into this. It's not just getting behind your chair and making sure you've got a tub of bleach to do highlights. You know what I mean? And it is very important to have the right, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to have the right headspace for that. And I don't know, that's probably not right, but you've got to be organized, and you've got to have some good people in your corner. I tell you what, without my accountant, I from time to time, I think I'm a relatively smart guy, but without my accountant who noticed things, I would have been in a world of hurt last year. It would have been bad. Because when I set up my point of sale system, I totally did not click on sales tax. So I wasn't charging people sales tax, but I was selling product. Oosh, come the end of the year. My accountant just looked at me, and God bless her. She's fantastic. And I was very fortunate that I did have some reserve that I could make up that, so I didn't have, I didn't end up being hauled out of my space in cuffs by the state of Illinois. But see, it's all those things that come into play. So once again, yeah, it's great from afar. You look and see if you're in a big salon situation, you look and see your salon owner, and you're thinking, oh my God, he's making money hand over fist. And, I'm blah, 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 but really you got to take into account overhead, all of that, and making sure that all your I's are dotted or T's are crossed, because when Uncle Sam or the state comes calling, they're not calling for you. They're calling for the business owner. And owning a business is not just having business cards. There's a lot that goes into it. And some people are going to be like, we know this, John. We're not stupid. I understand that. But there's a lot of people that don't know that too. And if you do have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and you're killing it as an independent, more power to you. Bravo. You go. Get after it. That is awesome. But with all that being said, and I'm gonna put my 2 cents in on that debate that you started earlier, is yes, every type of business in our industry is important. Big salons are still very important to our business. Mom and pop, the medium size and the mom and pops, they're important to our business. The independents are important to our business. These are all the types of things that feed the unicorn that is the beauty industry. Think about it. How many industries are there that you can make money on so many different levels? I know I've gone on about this before, but I mean, that blows my mind when you can really think about it, where you can be your own independent business owner all the way up to working for a large Taj Mahal beautiful salon, and you're making money, you're making a living, you're making better than a living. What is it to be $100,000 stylist, Eddie? You hit those details not that long ago. What is it?
You need to be producing $48.53 an hour. You just need 160 clients.
Think about that, guys. 160 clients to be $100,000 a year stylist.
Yeah, 6-figure income. Yeah.
Duh. How hard is that?
How hard is actually
160 clients?
It's way easier than it's ever been in by today's standards, by today's time. I was actually having this conversation yesterday. It is so much easier now to get clients than it was when we were coming up in our time.
Oh my God, with the advent of social media? I mean, I can't tell you how many DMs I get about questions about hair, the hair color I use, and it's so easy just to send a quick message. The phishing is deep. The phishing is deep and well, guys. I had a conversation with a salon owner online about this person was really dogging out the suite rental and cost per square foot, blah 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 blah, and just this is ruining our industry and It's not ruining our industry. Booth rent has been around since you and I came up. There were people that have been renting chairs since the dawn of time. Mm-hmm. It's just a little different situation. Now, with that being said, as far as insurance goes, and I forgot to add that you also need liability insurance, and you've got to cover yourself big time with that too. There are suite rental organizations that will help you set the whole thing up, and then there are some unscrupulous ones. So if you decide that that's the path you want to go, you got to do your homework. You got to do your homework, and you got to make sure that everything is on the up and up. We're not going to mention any names, but there was a suite rental organization that wasn't even checking if they had business licenses or they had individual Cosmo licenses, and they were just renting spaces, and these people were on the hook for that lease.
Yeah. I think what happens is a lot of stylists, they go through school, they take their state board exam, they get their cosmetology license from the state, and then I think they go in and they start working, and they start hearing, if I go on my own, the grass is always greener on the other side, right? But what I keep having these conversations over and over and over enough times where enough people don't realize, when you go by yourself, your cosmetology license gives you the ability to perform services on clients. That's all it does. It does not give you anything else beyond that. Okay. If you are a sole proprietorship, if you decide not to incorporate yourself and create a business, you just decide to be yourself, then you're going off of your own social security number for tax purposes at the end of the year. That means you're putting all the money into your personal checking account and your personal saving account. You are using your personal money to buy your business supplies and conduct your business and do your stuff, which then means you're using your own home or wherever your dwelling is, whether you're renting, you own it, you got a mortgage on it, whatever it is, whatever your living situation and accommodation is, whatever your travel accommodation is, whether you Uber, whether you drive, however that works, You're using all your personal stuff is attached to you doing your business. All right. And what a lot of people don't realize is you are limited with your protection if you are just doing everything solely by yourself. This is why insurance matters. But the only collateral you have for insurance then is your personal belongings and your stuff. This is why we're talking about this. When you have a space, because a lot of people, even if they do it out of their homes, they set up their space inside of their home, but they don't realize you're still inside your dwelling. You're still inside your home. You are not protected if, God forbid, something goes wrong, something goes bad. All right. The purpose of getting incorporated or becoming a business to some certain degree, you should talk to a lawyer and you should talk to a accountant, and you should get the opinions from both sides, and you should see what they feel about it depending on your personal goals and your purpose. Some people are just doing it enough to get grocery money. Some people are doing it to make a living. Some people are doing it to pay the bills. Some people are doing it as a hobby. Whatever your purpose, for whatever the reason why you're doing what you're doing, take it seriously. Okay? Because you are dealing with other human beings. Our products, we don't work on an assembly line building cars. We are actually performing services on other human beings. There are a lot of variables involved, and the chances for something to go wrong is insanely high. Okay? So talk to a lawyer and an accountant, get the opinion between both, and discover what's the best course of action from there. If you decide to get a space, you need to speak to the village or the town that you are in and talk to them about occupancy space. Some villages, some town halls, some towns require occupancy permits, space occupancy permits. If you don't have that, you get dinged on that. That's bad. Okay. You can get shut down for that. Like, your business can literally get shut down for that. So you need an occupancy space potentially. You also need a business license. Whether you do it as a sole proprietorship or not, you need either an FEIN number, which is a business license number, or you need your social security number. But you need to register as a business with the IRS for tax purposes. Otherwise, It's going to be rough to differentiate what you're doing. Because if you try to start writing off deductions and not doing a simple 1040 easy form for your tax return at the end of the year, they're going to start asking questions. You do not want to get audited. It is not fun. I think they salivate at the idea of auditing people. These dudes. There's this famous quote. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. That is a very famous quote. It's the worst 7 words you ever want to hear, right? Something like that. They are not here to help you. I'm not being a tinfoil hat. They are not here to help you.
No.
They are here to collect taxes. That's their freaking job. Okay. And that's not their job, but that is what they've made. Anyways, that's a whole nother realm I'm not going to go into. Opinion for another day over a drink. But you need a business license. You need, or you need to do it as a sole proprietorship. You need, again, talk to a lawyer, talk to an accountant, get yourself sorted, talk to the town you're in, get your occupancy straightened out, get your business straightened out. Now, after you do that, you need insurance. If you do not have a business binder, a business insurance, and God forbid something happens, they are going after you
personally.
They're going after you personally. Now, going after you personally doesn't mean you personally. They're going after whatever assets you have. Your accounts, your savings, your home, your car, your extended family potentially. I mean, I have seen insane court cases where they that debt becomes inherited down you talk about generational wealth. We're talking about generational debt. I've seen some really insane court cases that make no sense to me whatsoever. They're mind-boggling. But this is the world. This is the world we're in, unfortunately. So you need to have a business binder. You need to have a business insurance to cover your butt. And do not cheap out on that. You know, I understand you got to do what's within your means and what you can afford, but you got to push that limit. You really, really got to push that limit. And when it comes to tax time, look, you may think in your opinion that the government is stupid. You may think in your opinion that the IRS is crap. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your opinion is. It doesn't matter how you feel or what you think, okay? This is paperwork. This is paperwork that goes on file. And they have all the time in the world with nothing else to do but review paperwork. Their job, their entire job, is to go over and see and find discrepancies in the paperwork. That is their whole entire purpose in life. Okay?
Yeah.
And whatever your opinion is, they're good at their job. If there is a discrepancy, if you're trying to F around and find out, you're gonna find out. So, you know, just get your papers in order, man. And don't brag about doing shady stuff. Like it just makes no sense to me when people are bragging about that. And then you're putting that out there on social media. Like that's out there for the world to see. Guess who's part of the world? The government is part of the world to see that.
Look, as you well know, the organization that I was involved with for a really long time, this was about 15 years ago, the IRS came in. They came in and they came after each and every one of us individually. Not only did they come after my salon owner, but they came after each and every one of us. They audited us for tip income. We were at the forefront of that. And then they started looking and they were their numbers, you know, we could get into the deep dark numbers about it, but I had a bunch of people who were very successful, great hairdressers that were claiming $50 a month in tips. And they came and they wanted their percentage and they got their percentage. They seized bank accounts. They seized everything. Everything came to a screeching halt. And then you had to go sit in front of a tribunal. You know, there's a lot that went on with that. Take care of your taxes, guys. Really. It's, you know, I always put money away. As from that moment on, I put money away every week for taxes. If I have extra after everything's said and done, after I cut them a check, I consider that a bonus. It's like a savings account for the year. But yeah, because the government don't care. And it doesn't matter. And I'm not getting political. It doesn't matter what political party is in control at the time. The IRS is the IRS, and they're going to come for you. They're going to come for you. And it's, you know, and why not just pay them and be done and move on and keep your business flowing? So, we went long on that subject, didn't we?
It's all right, man. I need some motivation.
You need some motivation,
I need some motivation. Now I'm like all, you know, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Yeah, okay. Now I'm all sad.
If that isn't motivating, I don't know what is. Actually, though, we gotta have a conversation about the new.
No, we don't.
The new you know, with still being kind of sick, guys, and that's it. Take care of your bodies too. We're saying this again. I got that virus from a client, and it just knocked me out for a week now.
It's kicked your butt. You want me to do the motivation?
Yes, but we're supposed to talk about on stage, aren't we?
I got it.
You done?
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the new weft.
What do you want to talk about? The
It's
ultra weft.
amazing.
Oh, you got to see it. You got to play with it a little bit.
Yeah. Yes. Darren likes me. You don't like me. Darren likes me.
So on stage, one of our hair extension brands, they have the O bead technology. It's a new technology, and with the ultra weft, one of the things that's unique about it is the weft itself. The whole track of the weft itself actually has individual pockets built into the weft, but the hair is on both sides. So the pockets are completely hidden inside of the track, inside of the hair. You never see the beads. They're completely hidden altogether. And with the OB technology, you don't have to sew or stitch anything. There's no thread. You're using the client's natural hair to integrate the extension weft into the client, and you're using the O bead to lock it down and hold it in. And because it's completely hidden, it gives you the ability to customize it in any way you want, whether you want to use it as a full piece, whether you want to cut the pieces into smaller pieces. For positioning, some people have a smaller head. Maybe you want to do tracks and layers, or excuse me, rows. Maybe you want to do rows. You don't want to just do one all the way around. There's a lot of versatility involved. And it's really, really nice because the ultra weft, it has ground up hairs into it. So
the coolest thing ever.
Hair. Yeah. You can root it if you want to. You can completely color and blend it into the client's natural, whatever the client's color is too.
Well, and the coolest part about it is, and especially the new ultra weft, because it's such a small profile, I'd put it in and I was actually styling and blow drying. And you're always conscious of, okay, where do I have to hide the tracks and stuff? It integrates so well because that hair is in the, like right here in the middle, that you get no line, there's no lines or anything you've got to fluff or cover or anything like that. It just integrates perfectly. So I highly recommend everybody to check out the new ultra weft by On Stage, because it is if you do extensions, it'll change the way you look at it. Definitely. So
it's fun too, because it comes in different lengths and densities.
Right.
So it comes in a 10-inch, it comes in a 14-inch, an 18-inch, and a 22-inch. So you actually have a lot of room to play around with. And it coming into two densities, if you're trying to create length, having that thicker density for the bottom layer, if you're going to put in 2 rows, for example, having that double density for a thicker layer on the bottom, you create that weight line immediately. You don't have to sit there and layer up row after row after row. And then you put in a standard density, then it becomes like a layered effect. Oh man, it's freaking awesome.
It's dope. It is.
And all the colors too. My favorite thing is the B series. It's like a pre-lightened colors, and they're ready to be toned. You can color it to tone it to whatever you want, So you could do a full customized, you could do like a full customized effect with those pre-lightened colors. Otherwise, the mixed colors are beautiful. They have tri-blends too, actually. They don't just have mixes. They have 3 color blends as well.
Oh, I saw that online. Yeah, that's super cool.
No, they when you see them in person, they're freaking awesome. I'll show you. They're awesome.
Definitely. So that was the little bit of business that we had to take care of, because we had to
now I'm motivated. Now I feel much better. Now I feel better about life.
Okay, so give me your motivation here, Big Shoots.
I don't have one. I got to look one up.
Oh, well,
You seemed like you were struggling earlier. I don't know if you want me to try to help you.
Oh, I have one saved for us, but I closed it out because I thought you were going to do it. Hold on, guys. Bear with us for one moment. Because Eddie messed with me. There, he's look how happy he is too.
So happy. When you know, you know.
When you know, you know.
And if you don't know, you don't know. How's that for a fortune cookie?
There we go. I'm gonna, one of these days, I swear.
That's what it comes down to. I think we should give some homework for next week too.
Okay, what are you feeling?
You should write a story in your mind. And the story should consist of playing out the ideal client coming in and you performing the ideal service that you want. And how would that exchange go? From the client calling to saying, whether it's a new client or an existing client, you know, the client calling or messaging or texting or DMing, however they reach out, creating the appointment, to how you feel leading up to that day before they come in, to the client actually coming in, sitting them down, how that whole exchange goes, going through the whole service itself, finishing the service, the client leaving, and then for the next couple of days, how you're feeling about it and getting a review or getting a feedback from the client, either within the same week or by the next time they come in. I think we, in real time, dwell too much on the one bad service that we had for the day.
Okay.
And I don't think we fantasize enough because we don't, sure as hell, we don't pay attention to all the good services that we had throughout the day.
Well, it's
We
the
don't
negative
brag
ones that
that
hang with
often
you.
enough about it, right?
It's definitely the negative ones that hang with you. Definitely.
So I think if we fantasize, I think that could be a nice homework assignment is to create a fantasy. And if you do it enough, it eventually will become a reality.
I like that.
Or
I
we'll
like
all
that.
become schizos. I don't know, one or the other.
Wow, that's standing with you and me. But so all right, you ready? Here's your motivation.
Okay.
The 10 things money can't buy: manners, morals, respect, character, common sense, trust, patience, class, integrity, and love. The 10 things money can't buy.
Yes, it can. You can buy that.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Manners. Money can buy you manners.
Manners maketh man.
The man. Exactly.
I love that quote. I absolutely love that quote.
Money can buy you morals. You being one of the
Sure.
most moral people I know.
Who is?
You.
I'm one of the most moral people you know.
Absolutely.
You need more friends.
Respect. Money don't buy you respect. Respect is earned. Remember when you were just a punk kid with bleached hair from New York?
I'm still a punk kid. I just from New York. I just don't have bleached hair anymore.
But people respect the crap out of you now compared to that guy, don't they?
No, I beat the respect into them back then. They still respected me back then.
No, they just wanted you to shut up. Money buys you character.
I mean, you can
No.
create a character.
What is character?
That's a great question. You know what? We should do a whole thing just on character alone.
Well, here's the bottom line of character. Character's doing the right thing when no one is looking.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a harder pill to swallow for a lot of people than what it sounds. That's what I'm saying. We should do a whole thing just on that.
How about common sense? You can't buy common sense.
You can't even be born. You can't even learn. No, common sense does not exist.
Okay. How about,
I'm convinced there is no common sense ever. There never was any common sense to begin with. I think it's a myth that somebody made up once upon a time.
I wish I could argue that with you. I can't even. How about patience? You can't buy patience.
Is it something you're born with, or is it something that's learned?
Patience?
Yeah.
Patience is I think it's learned. I think you learn to be patient, because I used to be the most impatient person in the world.
Then I need a class, man.
Yeah?
I really need I need a tutor. I need a mentor. I need a class on patience. Let me tell you, man.
You need a patch that's slapped on your arm, like a pain patch. The same thing with patience. How about class? Having some class about things. You can't buy that.
Pinky up.
You can't buy that. Integrity. You can't buy integrity.
Integrity is different from morals.
Big time.
Okay.
And you can't buy love.
What is the difference?
You can't buy love. Nope.
I have something smart. I have something smart to say. I'll tell you after the live. Wasn't there a song, Buy Me Love?
Yeah, it's the Beatles. Can't buy love. Can't buy me love. Yes. But so these are the things money can't buy. Money does not solve everything. Does it grease the wheels? Yes, but it doesn't buy everything. And basically it can't buy everything that's inside here and inside here. So that's your motivation for this week.
I mean, okay, people hit the lottery. Like, a lot of people walk around saying, man, if I just hit the lottery, that would solve all the world's problems, all my world's problems, right?
But look at all the people that have hit those big monster lotteries and their lives are freaking ruined.
Yeah, it's some like insane statistic within a year. They're not just broke, they're worse off than what they were before winning the lottery.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. That's really wild to me. And it happens so often enough that they actually have a whole TV show about it. Weren't you telling me something about that?
I think you were telling me about it. There was that girl that won like $2 billion or something like that, and she's like living in a tent now or something.
That's what I'm saying. They're like worse off than what they were before they hit the lottery, before they hit the jackpot. So yeah, money is necessary to make life a little more simple, but I'm big on expressions, and I don't know if anybody knows any expressions involving money as a positive thing. Put it in the comment section. Let me know it.
Yeah, because
I know a lot of sayings and comments. Like money can't buy everything and that kind of stuff. That's like anti-money. It's interesting. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, it's really interesting. So cool. Cool.
All right. Well, guess what, guys? We've come to a close. We covered some hot button topics. We had a little fun this week. Always, we greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And we will be back next Tuesday morning, coming at you with SFTB.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll catch you later.
The SFTB podcast was not recorded in front of a live studio audience, so thanks for joining us for today's episode. If our hair topics made you smile, give us a thumbs up. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll read them while waiting for our caller to process. Share this video with your stylists and friends. It helps us make a difference, one strand at a time. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Because your hair deserves all the latest and greatest tips.